Good Thursday morning. Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz. Before the break, I told you we were going to talk about something Governor DeSantis did for first responders, and this is a really great story. If you hadn't heard it, I'm going to read you the press release that was put out. Governor DeSantis, who was with State Senator Debbie Mayfield and State Representative Randy Fine, along with about a dozen law enforcement officers, he announced he was giving a $1,000 bonus to all first responders in the state. Every sworn law enforcement officer, every EMT, every firefighter, every paramedic in the state is going to get a $1,000 bonus. He prefaced his announcement by pointing to the amount of work that they've been loaded up with as a result of COVID-19. He outlined how many law enforcement have been mistreated around the country as a result of the riots that occurred last summer. He said, I think it's important we recognize the service of first responders, to recognize the sacrifice. So I asked the legislature in this legislative session, we need to do bonuses for first responders. Some wanted to defund the police. We're funding them and then some. Debbie Mayfield praised the governor, said you have delivered. Senate President Wilton Simpson and House Speaker Chris Sproles, they were complimented for working to make sure bonuses were given out through the budget. Senator Mayfield said she was so thankful that the legislature passed the anti-rioting House Bill 1, which has already been signed into law. Praise for DeSantis and Republican leadership continued, as Representative Fine said, if it wasn't for DeSantis, none of the legislative wins for the Floridians would have occurred. So Governor DeSantis, and I know people are like, well, where's that going in the budget? How are we paying for it? We have to have a balanced budget, so they've figured out the budget and how to pay for it and still keep it balanced and not tax us anymore. So I think this is a great thing. These people have sacrificed over the last year and a half. They sacrifice every day. And, it's never guaranteed that they're going to be there tomorrow. Law enforcement officers, every time they pull somebody over, every time they go to a door, every time they go to something that is unknown, they could perish. Somebody goes, EMTs and paramedics, they go to scenes that are still with active shooters and all. They're in the line of fire as well. So I think in this past year pandemic and all, the fact that we're giving firefighters, I always forget to turn off the we got something going on here that's everything's on one computer until we get the other computer hooked up. I always forget. So if you're on YouTube, you've been hearing commercials and me talking. It's been quite distracting. But once again, Governor DeSantis has given $1,000 to all first responders across the state. Law enforcement, EMTs, firefighters, paramedics, they're all getting a $1,000 bonus. And by the way, while $1,000 is $1,000, in the grand scheme of things, it's less than most people's mortgage payment. It's 3 months of an electric bill. It's 2 car payments. Some people, it's less than 2 car payments. So it's not like they're breaking the bank for the first responders, but they're giving something to show the appreciation of what the first responders do. 622-9622 is the number to call. If you want to weigh in on the bonuses given out to first responders, Governor DeSantis announced it yesterday that every sworn law enforcement officer, every EMT, every firefighter, and every paramedic in the state is going to get a $1,000 bonus in their paychecks very soon. And kudos to the governor. Kudos to the legislature. Kudos to the Senate, the House, all the legislators that voted for it. Kudos to Governor DeSantis for doing this, and the first responders deserve it. That's just the bottom line. They deserve this bonus. And, because not only are they stressed with the COVID and everything, you want to talk about some people that could have PTSD, some people that could have some mental issues. The stuff that first responders see on a daily basis, I mean, I don't even want to, there is no way I'd ever be a very good first responder. I just don't have it in me it's just, I don't have it in me. It's a special person that is a first responder. So the fact the governor's giving a bonus, I'm so okay with that. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Good morning, Tom. This is Sonny,
Hey, Sonny,
calling.
how are you?
Hanging in there. But what I wanted to say is Ron DeSantis isn't the only one giving out bonuses, and it's not the first time. The federal government has been giving out bonuses for different organizations, federal organizations, etc. The post office gives out bonuses. So for people saying that Ron DeSantis is doing something that nobody else has done, they're wrong. But it's a good thing, and I'm 100% behind that. So I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, you're right about that, Sonny. This isn't the first time a government agency has given out bonuses, but this time I'm 100% behind it and think it's a very, very good thing that he does giving it to first responders.
And so am I. I agree with you 100%, and I think it's an eye-opener for the rest of some of these other states, not the rest of them, but some of the other states. And I understand it's basically paid for due to something of what do they call it, tax surplus or something?
Right, yes.
In other words, the money is not going to be invented for this bonus.
No, unlike the federal stimulus program that they're going to have to invent money, this money's there. It's not going to have to be invented out of thin air.
That's right. Well, have a great weekend. Excuse me, Thursday, but have a great day anyway.
Thanks, Sonny. Sonny's ready for the weekend, folks. Sonny's ready. I don't blame him, by the way. I was ready for the weekend 2 days ago. Although last night I did some weekend celebrations, but it was for Cinco de Mayo in the middle of the week. Middle of the week celebration. Caught up with some good friends last night that I hadn't seen in a while, so my good buddy Brian Matthews, saw him last night, hung out with him a little bit last night. He runs a local poker room around the area. I've known him for better part of 15, 16 years, so hadn't seen him in over a year because of the pandemic and everything, so it was great to catch up with him last night. We went and saw some reggae music, had a good time. And like I said, I was still home by 10:30 because I'm an adult now. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. It's kind of scary that I'm making adult decisions. I know that friends of mine that are out there listening to the radio right now go, no, you're not. We know you. There's no adult decisions being made. But, I try. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Good morning, Tom.
Hey, Hugh. How are you?
I'm pretty good. See, I was out doing some errands this morning, and I happened to drive by the rally center. What the heck is going on behind there with all that construction?
They're actually building a little black box theater and stuff like that. It's just an add-on to the Riley Theater. And by the way, before anybody says that there was money from the city or county, Matt Wardell was on with us a week and a half ago, and he explained the new construction there, and that it was being funded by the Riley itself through private donations, and they're actually paying the city for the city to come out and run new sewer lines and do like that. Instead of the city paying them, they're actually paying the city to come out and do the new sewer runs and everything like that. So this is completely funded by private funding, and it's going to be a good addition. It's going to be a little black box theater, Hugh, that seats about 100 people, 110 people, something like that. So you can have smaller productions, little, because the Riley's a big venue, 704 seats. And when you do things like I hosted the last Sunday comedy night there, and we'd have 150 people show up, and that's a good crowd for a comedy show, but it looked like nobody was there because they were spread out over a 704 seat venue. This black box theater will allow you get 100 people to the comedy show in this little black box theater. It's going to be a nice venue, like a nice comedy club. So I'm actually looking forward to the construction.
Well, it looks like a mighty large piece of construction there. I mean, it's the whole area right up to the back of the road back in there, and it's going to be quite a thing when they get finished.
It certainly is. They took that entire parking lot up right behind the Riley, and that's another thing. They're having to pay the city to build another alternative parking area and everything because they took a parking area. So, it's going to be it's good, and it's progress. I know a lot of people don't. Some people here think that we're growing too fast and we need to be the Ocala from the 1970s. Stop. The progress is good, but we need to keep the hometown feel, but we still need to have progress.
Right. Well, that's one of our gems is the Riley Center. I enjoy the concerts there quite a bit myself, and I had been by there for quite a while. And I was really, I couldn't believe what I was looking at there. You know, I missed when you had the guest on Wardell there last week. I missed that part of the show, but it's great to see that. And like I said, I can't wait for it to be finished either, and participate in what's going on there.
I agree with you 100%, Hugh. Hey, thanks for the call.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
622-9622 is the number to call. If you want to be a part of the program, we're going to take a short time out. We'll be right back after this on Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.